So hello students and welcome back once again to the today's session of design of RCC and steel structural elements. So in the today's session I am going to discuss about the design of roof truss, problem number 2. Okay. So in the first problem we have solved the example over the design of roof truss with bolted connection, and today again I am going to solve the another problem over the design of roof truss with bolted connection. Okay, so let us check here. So what is the difference between the problem number 1 and the problem number 2? Okay, what we are going to discuss here today about problem number 2. Okay, so here again the geometry of the truss is given. So we have here A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Okay, so A to B is the tie beam, and again A to C, C to D are the principal rafter, and D to F and F to C are the interior members. Okay, so here in the table the member forces are given. So from the member force in kilonewton, length in meter. Okay, so the member AC and EB is carrying a force of 115 kilonewton, 115 kilonewton, and the length of the member is 4.33. Okay, and CDDE is carrying a force of 96 kilonewton. Again the length is 4.33 meter. Okay, then we have other member AF and GB and FG for the main tie. Okay, so these two, so what you can see here, these two are for principal rafter, these two are for the main tie. Okay, and we have next, that is CF, EG, DF, DG, so for other interior member. Okay, so if you go back and refer the table given for problem number 1, okay, you have to go back and check in the previous videos where we have solved the problem number 1. Okay, so you have to check and the refer table for the forces. Okay, so in that problem, if I in that problem, so the forces were given like the for dead load, lie load, wind load separately. Okay, with respect to the load, dead load, lie load and wind load, and we were calculated the design forces by considering the load combinations for DL, LL, dead load plus wind load, dead load plus lie load, and so on, and we calculated the design forces. Okay, we have calculated the design forces. Okay, so this is for your reference. So this is a table for problem number 1. Okay, so here it was given dead load, lie load was given, so we calculated the design forces by considering the load combinations, and then we got the design force here, the design force which is there in problem number 1. But the present condition or the condition for problem number 2, the forces are given directly here. No need to again add the load combination, nothing. Directly force is given. Even only one force is given here. So for ACEB, force given is 115. So that is negative. So as I told you, so negative means it is compression, and positive means it is tension. So the member ACEB, so ACEB carrying a force of 115, that is compression. So we have to design only for compression, not for tension, because only compression force is given. You have to design only for compression. And even CD and DE, again we have 96 kilonewton, which is again compression. So the principal rafter AC CD or EB or DE, it's carrying total compression. It is 115 kilonewton and even 96 kilonewton. Okay, so we have to design a principal rafter to carry compressive force of maximum of these two. So we have to find out again the design force out of these two. So the maximum is 115. So we have to design the principal rafter. So what you have to do? You have to club this. You have to club these members and you have to consider these two. Out of these two, you have to find the maximum force. So maximum force is minus 115 kilonewton. So the member ACCB or DEEB, you have to design for 115 kilonewton because the maximum force is 115 kilonewton. Understood? So same here for the bottom raft or the tie beam. So tie beam is AF, FG or GB. So here it is given. So again we have to add or you have to club these two members. So from this you have to design. So the member is the design, you have to make it for 100 kilonewton, that is tension. 100 kilonewton because the length is also same here. Length is also same and you have to consider the member is also same. So 100 kilonewton. So if the length it changes, we have to design separately. अगर length अलग अलग है, so you have to design separately for that. So here length is also same. Okay, and the member is bottom tie or tie beam. So you have to design for maximum. So 100 kilonewton and 66.5. So we design for 100 kilonewton here. Okay, then we have the other interior members. So we can design individual because the lengths are different. For this we have 2.5 and for this we have 5 meter. So we have to design independent member for this. Only for the principal rafter and the tie beam you have to make a group. You have to make a group and you have to find out the maximum force. So maximum force for the principal rafter we got it is 115 kilonewton and for the tie beam we got 100 kilonewton. Okay, so we have to design the principal rafter to carry a compressive force. You have to design as a compression member only. When you design principal rafter, you have to design as a compression member. But when you design as a tie member, you have to design as a tension member because the force given is a tension. Okay, understood? So we will begin with the design part. Okay, so this is the given geometry of the structure. So according to this and according to the given table, we have to proceed with the design. Okay, so let us start with design of principal rafter. So first of all, design of principal rafter. Design of principal rafter, that is AC, CD, then BE, then ED. Okay, understood? So here it is given AC, CD, then BE and ED. So I will show you that. Okay, here AC, CD, DE, EB. So these are the principal rafter. Okay, and the maximum force is 115 kilonewton. Okay, understood? So here we have to design the principal rafter to carry a force of 115 kilonewton. Okay, so the first step here, the force is, or the factored load, force or factored load is 1.5 times, factored means 115 because the maximum is 115. So we get here 172.5 kilonewton. 172.5 kilonewton. Okay. So then with respect to this force, we have to find out the area. Okay. So for that, so now let us assume FCD. So we have to assume FCD. So we have to assume 100 Newton per mm square to 150 Newton per mm square. You can assume 100 to 150 Newton per mm square. This is again with respect to the thumb rule. Okay. So even you can go for 90 or 80 Newton per mm square for higher side to get the maximum area of reinforcement. You can reduce to 90 or 80 Newton per mm square also. Okay, so we'll adopt 100 Newton per mm square. So therefore area is 172.5 into 10 raised to 3 divided by 100 force by stress. So we get area. So we got here 1725 mm square. 1725 mm square. Okay. So by considering this, we have to select a member. Okay, by referring steel table. Okay, by referring steel table. Okay, so here, so we have to select a section referring from steel table. Okay, so area you can consider more. Okay, more than this. So for first trial, I'll try with. Let us try 2 ISA 80 by 6. 2 ISA 80 by 6. Always try to choose equal angle. Okay, so that is having both the legs same. So 80 by 6. Okay, so for that you have to note down the properties again. So first of all, area. So area is 1858 mm square. Then the one more property that is very important, that is radius of gyration. RXX is 24.6. I told you how to refer this, how to get from steel table. RYY is 36.3 mm. Okay, so therefore R minimum will be 24.6 mm. R minimum is 24.6 mm. Okay. Okay, so when you open steel table, so we get properties of two angles back to back equal angles. Okay, back to back equal angles. So on you have to refer ISA. Now here it is 50 by 50, 55 by 50. So on you have to go to 80 by 80. So at the bottom it is given properties for 80 by 80. Okay, clear? So here is the properties of 80 by 80. 80 by 80 by 6. So on we have to check for the area. First of all, the area is 18.58 mm square, nothing but 18.58 centimeter square or 1858 mm square. Then we have here the radius of gyration. What you can see here, we have 24.6 and with 10 mm gauge plate here. So on you have to check here. So if you use 10 mm gauge plate, so you have to come down. So for this we get here 36.3. Okay, so it is 36.3 RXX RYY. Understood how to refer? So I have explained in the first problem also. Okay, how to refer steel. Then after that calculate lambda. So the slenderness ratio, therefore lambda is equal to KL bar minimum. Okay, K. So it is 0.85. L is given in the table. Okay, so it is 4330. R minimum is 24.6. So we get this 149.61. Lambda, that is KL bar minimum 149.61. Then again from table number 9C of IS 800 2007, table number 9C of IS 800 2007, you have to find out FCD. So we get FCD here. FCD is 59.2 Newton per mm square. 59.2 Newton per mm square. So on. So therefore P or PCD, the load carrying capacity of that section, is nothing but AE So this is nothing but AE into FCD. Okay, so AE is 1858, FCD is 59.2. So we get P is 109 kilonewton. 109 kilonewton. The load carrying capacity, okay, of this particular member, that is ISA 80 by 80 by 6 to ISA 80 by 80 by 6 is 109, which is less than 172.5 kilonewton. Therefore not safe. It is not safe. The member is not safe. So what you have to do? You have to revise the section. You have to revise the section and you have to go for higher section. Okay, you have to go for having area more than this again. More than this. Okay, so we'll go ahead again. Okay, so I'll revise the section. So you can try with other section also. So I have tried for, okay, so for second trial, choose 2 ISA 90 by 90 by 10. Let us choose 2 ISA 90 by 90 by 10. Okay, then again you have to note down the properties from steel table. So it is 3406 mm square and RXX is 27.3 mm and RYY is 41.2 mm. Okay, so therefore R minimum is 27.3 mm. R minimum is 27.3 mm. Okay. So therefore again lambda, you have to repeat the steps. Lambda KL bar minimum, so 0.85 into 4330 divided by 27.3. So we get here it is 134.8. 134.8. Then again by referring table number 9C from IS 800, you have to find out FCD and we get the value of FCD is equal to 70.25 Newton per mm square. Okay, 70.25 Newton per mm square. So therefore again PCD for trial 2 we get here, so that is area into FCD, so area is 3406, FCD is 70.25, so we get PCD is 239.3 kilonewton, which is more than 172.5 kilonewton, hence safe. So the section what you have selected, it is safe. Understood? So means you can go for lower side member also, because for this we are getting 239. So if you select other member, if you go for 80 by 80 by 10 mm thickness, we have selected for the first trial, we have selected 80 by 6. So if you have gone for 80 by 80 by 8, then also you may get safe. Okay, so we got the first member 2 ISA 90 by 90 by 10. Okay, 2 ISA 90 by 90 by 10, and it is safe to carry the force. Okay, so after this you have to go for, so what you can write, hence provide 2 ISA 90 by 90 by 10. 2 ISA 90 by 90 by 10. Okay, then you have to go for connection design. Now when the section is safe, you have to go for design of connection. Okay, design of connection. Design of connection. So let us use M18 bolts of grade 4.6, M18 bolts of grade 4.6. Then for that you have to find out the design strength of bolt. That is enabled bolt value. You have to find out the design strength of bolt. That is enabled bolt value. So here the bolt value is again it is list of first of all what? The shear strength of bolt, and bearing strength of bolt. Okay, so from these two we have to find out the bolt value. Okay, we have to find out the bolt value. So after the calculation we get the bolt value. You have to check this and you have to calculate. So we get the bolt value as 71.71 kilonewton. I will not repeat how to calculate the bolt value. So I have explained in the problem number 1. Okay, if you have any doubts you can go back and check the problem number 1, the other videos of problem number 1. Okay, so bolt value is 71.71 kilonewton. So therefore number of bolts, the number of bolts are equal to the again force divided by bolt value. Force divided by bolt value. The force is 172.5 divided by bolt value is 71.71. So we get here 2.41, nothing but 3 numbers. So we have to provide three numbers, okay, for making the connection with the edge distance of. So again the edge distance E is equal to 1.7 times D naught. So 1.7 into 20. So it will come around 34. So I can use 35. So the edge distance is 35 and the pitch is 2.5 times D. Okay, so 2.5 times 18. So we get 45 mm. We get 35 and 45 mm. Okay, so we have to design, or we have designed the principal rafter with 2 ISA 90 by 90 by 10 and with bolted connection, that is by using 18 mm dia bolts of property class 4.6 with respect to the edge distance of 35 mm and the pitch distance of 45 mm. So this is regarding the connection design. Okay, so the other part, that is we have to again design for the bottom tie member and even the other interior members. Okay, and that will continue in the next class. Okay, thank you very much.